Look at this setup. You're standing between two speeding tennis ball machines, desperately catching and throwing balls back and forth. That is exactly what coding with a standard AI chatbot feels like right now. You copy code from the browser, paste it into your editor, hit an error, copy the error back to the browser, and wait. You are the bottleneck in a game of digital ping pong. Standard AI acts like an architect who emails you a set of blueprints. The plans might be flawless, but you still have to go out into the dirt and build the house yourself. Web-based chatbots can't touch your actual files. They lack the digital hands to execute a command, and they don't have the memory to retain the full context of a massive project directory. Claude Code bypasses the browser entirely. It's a command line interface, a terminal tool that lives directly inside your code editor, right alongside your project files. This cyclical flowchart maps out the agentic loop that makes local execution possible. You give it a prompt, and Claude gathers the required context. It executes the task, writing a file or running a command. Next, it tests its own work. If it hits an error, it analyzes the output and repeats the cycle on its own. The AI goes from being a passive consultant to a developer standing right next to you with a toolkit. Instead of doing the mechanical labor, your role shifts to directing the work. To direct that work effectively, you have to choose the right engine. Opus for heavy architectural logic, Sonnet for fast everyday debugging, and Haiku for simple file edits. This digital roadmap represents Plan Road. Claude acts as a project manager, mapping a step-by-step roadmap. In Ask mode, it pauses for your permission before modifying the system. In Code mode, you grant full autonomy to execute the entire plan. You can also adjust how hard the model thinks by using the effort command. Dialing effort to max forces Claude to use extended reasoning to solve complex routing issues, rather than just pattern matching a quick fix. You are setting the terms of engagement. With these models, modes, and effort dials, you control the exact ratio of human oversight to machine autonomy for every task. But autonomy creates a new problem. As a coding session drags on, AI agents suffer from amnesia. They start forgetting your original instructions or the specific rules of your codebase. You solve this by creating a file called claude.md in your project folder. Think of this as the permanent onboarding manual for your AI employee. Inside this document, you define your tech stack, your UI guidelines, and your testing protocols. Because Claude reads this file at the start of every session, you never have to repeat your preferences. This glass container illustrates the context window. Every file Claude reads and output it generates takes up space until its memory hits the limit. Run the compact command, and Claude summarizes past interactions, compressing the blocks to free up massive space. Mastering these memory management tools allow Claude Code to remain effective throughout a long-term project. It ensures the AI stays aligned with your project's architecture, even as the codebase grows over weeks or months. So far, we've kept Claude confined to generating code on your local machine. Now, we need to let it interact with the rest of your digital workspace. This hub illustrates the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It acts as a bridge allowing Claude to securely talk to external services. With MCP active, Claude can read Slack updates, query Postgres databases, or manage GitHub pull requests directly from your terminal. Once it can reach these tools, you can automate how it uses them. Skills are reusable Markdown files that teach Claude how to perform your specific, custom workflows automatically, like a rigid code review process. You can attach these skills to hooks. Hooks are background triggers that execute tasks autonomously, for instance, running a test suite and formatting the code every single time a file is saved. When you combine MCP, skills, and hooks, Claude Code operates across your entire stack, handling everything from database queries to deployment notifications without manual intervention. This move toward vibe engineering changes the developer's daily routine. The bulk of your time moves from manual syntax entry to higher-level tasks, defining system rules, managing the logic of the agentic loop, and verifying the AI's work. This Kanban board interface tracks multiple Claude Code sessions at once. Generated by advanced management tools like Nimblist, it provides a visual way to manage parallel workflows as your operations scale up. You can push this even further with routines. These are cloud-based automations that perform heavy, asynchronous tasks. You can set a routine to review every open pull request and triage your bug list overnight while you sleep. Watch this heavy metal flywheel. It represents the compounding effect of the AI flywheel method. You use AI to build the custom tools, skills, and routines that make your next project move exponentially faster. Mastering these agentic workflows provides a single developer with the orchestration capacity of a much larger team. By offloading the mechanical labor of coding, testing, and deployment to the agent, you can maintain and scale projects that previously required constant manual oversight.